It continues to be a busy week for transfers, and for the Premier League, I'm surprised we've not seen more transfers than what we've witnessed. But regardless, we've still got some top stories and developments to talk about. So going straight into the thick of the action, Victor, rate Adama Traore to West Ham for £2 million plus performance-based bonuses around West Ham staying in the Premier League.
I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. It definitely seems like a desperation move on West Ham's part, and it's kind of understandable. They have kind of hit the bottom of the barrel in terms of what they can do right now. And with all due respect to Adama Traore, he's not the same player he used to be at Wolves. I would have rated this higher because if the bonuses are not exaggerated, it's actually a deal that makes sense, especially because of this decline that he's had since his Wolves days. I say go for it and hope it works out for everyone.
Yeah, fair enough. Still on another rating, and over to you, Max. Rate Tammy Abraham to Aston Villa for £18.20 million.
I mean, do you guys really feel like scoring 4 Serie A goals in 2 seasons and only 7 and 18 appearances in Super League Turkish a good result? I don't really feel so. And the only reason I cannot rate below than 6 out of 10 is that Aston Villa have only one striker that is available at the moment, and he can at least help this season, but moving forward, I just don't see him in the club for a long term. So I'd say 6 out of 10 just because he can help the team at the moment, but overall it's a bad decision.
Fair. Back to you, Victor. Tottenham are in advanced talks to sign one of your best Liverpool players, Andy Robertson, from Liverpool after the injury to Ben Davies. In your opinion, do you think this deal suits all parties or not?
I mean, it seems to suit all parties except for me and the majority of Liverpool fans, to be honest. It's actually the bit of news that really soured my weekend, honestly. He's my favorite Liverpool player, and he has been my favorite for a few years now. Um, but there are a couple of things that we cannot ignore here. First of all, from a Liverpool perspective, he's the wrong side of 30 already. His legs have gone a bit in the last 2 seasons. I don't think anybody can deny that. And his contract is expiring in the summer. Now, from the player's perspective, he wants to be as sharp as possible ahead of the World Cup, and it's absolutely understandable. Look, if they get 4 points in that group with Brazil, Morocco, and Haiti, I think that's achievable for Scotland, don't get me wrong, but they would qualify for the World Cup knockouts for the first time in their history. It's something that he wants to be a big part of, and being a captain, especially for your nation, means leading by example. So if that means making a tough decision like leaving Liverpool after everything he's done in these amazing 9 years, that just comes with the territory. If this deal goes through, I genuinely wish him all the best, and it's going to sound weird, but I will be supporting Spurs at least a little bit.
Ooh, damn. Right. Anyways, moving on from that, words I'll never be saying. Anyways, back to you, Max. Bournemouth and Lazio have exchanged documents for Christos Mandas, £2.60 million loan fee, and a 15.60 million buy option clause that is to become mandatory based on appearances. What is your take on this one?
I mean, he's a good goalie, don't get me wrong, but why would he go for this? I mean, you just signed Petrovic last summer, so you basically have the starter goalkeeper, and you don't play any other competition this season. Your season is more or less done. So why would you pay 2.6 million just for a backup option that will probably play like a couple of games at best? And if you want to sign a second goalkeeper for the next season, why wouldn't you wait until summer? And then you'll definitely have much more options. You could even potentially sign a starter goalkeeper and put Petrovic as a second. So I just don't understand this move. So you more or less just waiting 2.6 million for pretty much nothing. I don't know.
Yeah, interesting perspective.
Absolutely.
Back to you, Victor. Rate Lorenzo Luca to Nottingham Forest on a 870k loan deal with a 34.67 million buy option clause, not mandatory.
6 out of 10. I think it's great that it's an option for the summer, not an obligation, because the price is very, very steep. This is a player who has not played 90 minutes in any game this season. We're in January. 6 starts in 23 games, 2 goals in 603 minutes. That's it. You can make an argument that he's on a loan at Napoli, so they're not incentivized to develop a loan player over some of their own talent, and then shipping him back to Udinese. Because of this context, I'm giving it 6 out of 10 and not much lower. And also, he performed decently last season for Udine. Without all of this context, this probably gets a 4 out of me on a good day.
Right, interesting. And just on a final note for this video, Max, Chelsea have made an initial approach with Juventus to sign Douglas Luiz on a straight loan deal. The question here is, do Chelsea need this player in any way?
Well, when we're talking about midfielders, what we're usually looking for, like goals, assists, long-range passes, chances created, and stuff like that. And in the majority of that stats, he was terrible last 2 seasons. He made only 1 assist in 2 seasons, and he's not even a starter in Sinking, Nottingham Forest. It says a lot about him, and I don't really see any potential from him, especially in the club like Chelsea that changes players like 15 times a season. So I feel like it's a dead transfer.
Yeah, fair enough. But it's Chelsea. They sign any player that's available on the market. So we're just going to have to see how this one unfolds. And obviously, hopefully, in our next transfer video, we'll be sure to bring all the latest developments and updates as they come.